Listen to me. There will be days when the world feels too heavy, when your mind whispers, stop, give up, it's not worth it. And in that moment, when quitting feels easier than breathing, you've got to remember one truth. You are stronger than the moment you're in. You weren't designed to quit. You were built to RESE. Every champion you admire, every success story you celebrate, every person who changed their life, they all had a moment where quitting felt like the only option. But what separated them from everyone else? They refused to let temporary pain rewrite their destiny. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the signal. It's the universe saying, you're close. Don't stop now. I've coached people who were inches away from breakthrough but walked away because the process got uncomfortable. And I've seen others who pushed one more minute, one more hour, one more day, and their entire life transformed. Not because life got easier, but because they got stronger. When you feel like quitting, you're standing at the edge of your old identity. The part of you that's tired, that's small, that's scared, it wants to survive. But the part of you that's hungry, powerful, unstoppable, it wants to EVOVE. And evolution always requires resistance. Think about a muscle. It grows because of pressure. It strengthens because of struggle. It expands because it resists quitting. Life works the same way. So when that little voice says, I can't take any more, you've got to answer it with a stronger voice inside you that says, watch me. You have a story inside you that wasn't meant to end halfway. You have a dream that wasn't meant to die in doubt. You have a purpose that won't be fulfilled if you stop now. There's someone you're going to become, a version of you more confident, more capable, more resilient. And that person is waiting on the other side of this moment. If you quit, you never meet them. You never meet the you that wins. You never meet the you that inspires. You never meet the you that was built to lead. But if you keep going, even broken, even tired, even scared, you prove something extraordinary. You are unstoppable. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need permission. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to decide that. Decide that quitting is not your story. Decide that your future is more powerful than your pain. Decide that you will finish what you started, not because it's easy, but because you're committed to the person you're becoming. So when you feel like quitting, remember this: your breakthrough is often one step past the moment you want to stop. Don't. Not quit, not now, not today, not when you've come this far. There comes a moment in every person's life when the weight of the world feels unbearable, when the pressure builds so high that your mind begins to whisper, I can't do this anymore. And in those moments, quitting feels like the easiest option, the safest escape. But the truth you must anchor into, the truth that can change everything, is this: your strength is greater than your struggle, not equal to it, not close to it, greater. You were built with a capacity far beyond what your mind tells you in moments of weakness. We've been conditioned to believe that struggle means something is wrong, that pressure means we're failing. But in reality, struggle is the gateway to strength. Every time you face a challenge, your mind is being stretched, your heart is being expanded, your capacity is being upgraded. You don't grow when things are easy. You don't discover who you really are when life is comfortable. You find your true power when everything in you wants to quit, but something deeper refuses to. That moment, that decision, is where greatness is born. You've already survived things you once thought would break you. You've already endured nights you thought would never end. You've already made it through storms that felt too intense to handle. And here you are, still standing, stronger, wiser, tougher. So why would this moment be any different? Why would this challenge be the one that defeats you? It won't unless you let it. You are more powerful than the problem in front of you. Your story proves it. The struggle you're facing right now is not here to crush you. It's here to carve you into someone capable of holding more power, more confidence, more clarity. Think of a sword. It becomes sharp through heat, pressure, and friction. A diamond becomes valuable through intense compression. Muscles grow only through resistance. Everything strong in this world was shaped by something difficult. And you are no different. What you're facing is shaping you for the life you've been asking for, even if it doesn't feel good in the moment. Too often, we let the voice of fear convince us that we're not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough to keep going. But fear lies. Fear exaggerates. Fear protects the old version of you, the version that's comfortable with small goals and safe dreams. But your next level requires a new strength. And that strength is discovered only in struggle. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to remember that your courage outweighs your fear. When you reach the point where you think you can't take another step, that's not the end, that's the threshold. That's the doorway between who you've been and who you're becoming. The struggle is testing you, but more importantly, it's revealing you. It's showing you the depth of your resilience, the fire in your spirit, the determination in your soul, proving that you can handle more than you think. And here's the truth: most people quit right before something great happens. They turn back at the final mile. They surrender at the last push. But that's not you. You didn't come this far to stop here. You didn't endure everything behind you just to give up now. The strength inside you is bigger than the pain, bigger than the fear, bigger than the doubt. You may be tired, but you are not finished. You may feel pressure, but you are not broken. You may feel the struggle, but you are stronger than all of it. So breathe, stand tall, and remind yourself, I am built for this. I am stronger than this moment, and I will rise. Your struggle is temporary, but your strength is forever. Let it carry you forward. Keep going. Your future is waiting. Pain is one of the greatest teachers you will ever meet, yet most people spend their whole lives running from it. They see pain as a red light, a warning that says, turn back, stop, retreat. But in reality, pain is not a stop sign. Pain is a signal that something inside you is being awakened, stretched, challenged, strengthened. It is communication, not punishment. It's life's way of saying, pay attention. Something is shifting. You're growing. When you feel physical pain in the gym, your muscles aren't breaking down to destroy you. They're breaking down to rebuild you stronger. Emotional pain works the same way. It pushes you to confront what you've ignored. It forces you to grow past your old limits. Every time you feel pain, you are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to retreat, and the other leads to revelation. Most people turn back. Champions push forward. The pain shows up the moment you step outside your comfort zone. And guess what? Everything you want, the dream, the success, the self-respect, it all exists outside that comfort zone. So of course pain will show up. It's not there to stop you. It's there to test your commitment to the life you say you want. Anyone can keep going when it feels good, but only those who understand the purpose of pain can keep going when it hurts. The truth is, pain brings clarity. When you're hurting, you become aware of what matters, what doesn't, what needs to change, and what you can't ignore anymore. Pain reveals your patterns. It exposes your limits. It shows you the beliefs that are holding you back. Without pain, you stay asleep. With pain, you wake up to your own potential. Think back to a moment that changed your life. A breakup, a failure, a betrayal, a loss, a disappointment. At the time, it felt unbearable. But today you can look back and say, that moment made me. That's the purpose of pain. It transforms you. The version of you that emerges after pain is more focused, more disciplined, more aware, more powerful. But only if you don't quit during the process. Pain is temporary. Growth is permanent. Most people get stuck because they mistake discomfort for danger. They think, this hurts, so something must be wrong. No, something is happening. Something is being built. Something is coming alive. Pain is the process of breaking old identities so that new ones can be born. Every time you feel like stopping because something hurts, you need to ask yourself one question. Is this pain destroying me, or is it preparing me? 90% of the time, it's preparation. The pain of discipline prepares you for success. The pain of heartbreak prepares you for deeper love. The pain of failure prepares you for mastery. The pain of pressure prepares you for leadership. When you understand this, pain stops being the enemy. It becomes the messenger, the signal, the guide. Instead of running from it, you lean in, you listen. You grow, you recognize that the discomfort you feel right now is shaping the life you'll be proud of later. And here's the truth you must never forget. The moment pain shows up is usually the moment you're closest to a breakthrough. That's why most people never succeed. They quit right when the transformation is happening. They misinterpret the signal. They see pain as the end, not the beginning. But not you. You're learning to read the signs. You're learning to see pain for what it really is. The doorway to your next level. You're learning that every great story begins with a moment that hurts. So don't stop. Don't retreat. Don't let discomfort make decisions for your destiny. Feel the pain, listen to it, learn from it, and move through it. Because on the other side of that pain is the strength, confidence, and clarity you've been searching for. And once you experience what's waiting for you beyond the hurt, you'll never fear pain again. You'll respect it. And you'll rise because of it. There is a version of you in the future who is stronger, wiser, more confident, more fulfilled, and more powerful than anything you've ever imagined. That version of you isn't created by luck, talent, or perfect conditions. That version is built by your persistence. The choices you make on the days when quitting feels easier, when the path feels heavy, when doubt feels louder than belief. Your future self is shaped in the moments when you keep going, even when everything in you wants to stop. Most people never meet the greatest version of themselves because they quit too early. They stop right before the turning point. They retreat right before the breakthrough. They let temporary emotions decide permanent outcomes. But the life you want, the life you dream about, is built by the one who refuses to walk away when things get hard. Persistence is the bridge between who you are today and who you are capable of becoming. Every time you push through, every time you take one more step, you are leaving a message for your future self that says, I believe in you. I'm building you. I'm preparing you. Your persistence becomes the foundation your future self stands on. Your future strength comes from your present struggle. Your future confidence comes from your present courage. Your future success comes from your present discipline. Think about it. Every role model you admire, every leader you respect, every champion you look up to, they all credit their success to one thing: persistence, not perfection, not ease, persistence. The ability to keep moving forward when nothing is going right. The ability to trust the process when the results are invisible. The ability to stay committed even when progress feels painfully slow. That's the difference maker. That's what builds someone unstoppable. Your future self is counting on you not to give up. That version of you living the life you desire will look back and be grateful you didn't quit when it hurt, when it was lonely, when it felt hopeless. They will thank you for staying in the fight, for choosing growth over comfort, for choosing progress over excuses. Persistence is not about grinding endlessly. It's about refusing to be owned by setbacks. It's about understanding that failure is not final. It's feedback. It's about realizing that the obstacles in your way are not there to block you, they're there to build you. Persistence is emotional endurance. It is mental resilience. It is the heart muscle of success. And here's the truth: your future self cannot exist without your present discipline. Every choice you make today is a vote for who you become tomorrow. Every moment you say, "Not yet," instead of "I quit," strengthens your future. Your persistence adds up. Every hour of practice, every moment of patience, every sacrifice, every step taken when tired, every "I'll try again," every moment of self-control. These become the invisible bricks that construct the life waiting for you. There will be days when you feel like nothing is changing, days when your effort feels unnoticed, days when you wonder if the dream is even worth it. In those moments, remember this: your future self is already living the results of the choices you make today. Don't betray them. Don't abandon them. Don't rob them of the future they deserve. You owe it to yourself, not just who you are now, but who you're becoming, to stay persistent, to stay committed, to stay hungry, because the life you want is not built in one grand moment. It's built in countless small ones. Moments where you refuse to stop. Moments where you choose strength over surrender. Moments where you keep moving forward despite the doubt. Your future self is waiting, and they are worth every ounce of persistence you can give. Keep going. They're counting on you. Life changes the moment you make a real decision, not when you feel motivated, not when you feel inspired, not when everything feels perfect. Feelings come and go. They rise and fall like waves. They are unpredictable, emotional, unstable. But decisions have power. Decisions shape your destiny. Decisions create change. Decisions define who you become. The biggest mistake most people make is letting their feelings control their future instead of their choices. If you rely on feelings, you will only take action when it's comfortable. You will only show up when you're confident. You will only push yourself when you feel inspired. But the truth is, the moments that matter most are the ones where you feel tired, scared, uncertain, stressed, or discouraged. That is the moment where destiny is shaped, because that is where most people quit. Champions aren't built from emotion, they're built from commitment. Feelings whisper excuses, decisions speak truth. Feelings say, "I don't feel like doing it today." Decisions say, "I will do it anyway, Pa." Feelings say, "This is too hard." Decisions say, "This is exactly why I must push forward." Feelings look for comfort. Decisions look for progress. Your destiny is nothing more than the accumulation of the decisions you made when your feelings told you to stop. Think about the most important turning points in your life. They weren't born from emotion. They were born from a moment of clarity, a moment where you said, "Enough. This is who I am now. This is what I will do. This is the standard I'm choosing." That decision shaped your path, not the fear you felt, not the doubt you had. The decision. Most people live in reaction. They let emotions dictate their direction. If they feel discouraged, they stop. If they feel overwhelmed, they withdraw. If they feel afraid, they freeze. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Life rewards those who act based on vision, not emotion. Those who decide who they want to become and take steps even on the days when every cell of their body is begging them to quit. A decision is not a wish. It's not a hope. It's a cut, a commitment, a line drawn in the sand. The Latin root of the word decision literally means to cut off. That means cutting off any other possibility. When you decide to change your life, you cut off the option of staying the same. When you decide to commit to your goals, you cut off the option of giving up. When you decide to grow, you cut off the excuses that kept you small. And here's the truth: your feelings will eventually follow your decisions. The energy, the motivation, the passion, they all rise when you act, not before. Movement creates emotion. Action creates momentum. When you decide and then follow through, your mind shifts from stress into strength, from doubt and determination. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to build confidence. You begin to feel powerful, not because the feelings came first, because the decision came. Your destiny is waiting on the other side of one bold choice. One moment where you stop negotiating with your excuses and finally claim the life meant for you. It doesn't matter how you feel right now. What matters is what you choose right now. Choose to rise. Choose discipline. Choose persistence. Choose vision over emotion. You have the power to rewrite your story with a single decision. Don't wait for the perfect feeling. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The moment you decide is the moment your destiny begins. Stop letting temporary emotions create a permanent life. Stand up, take control. Make the decision today that your future self will thank you for. This is your turning point. This is your shift. This is the moment you take back your life, one decision at a time. Every great story you've ever heard, every hero you've ever admired, every person who has ever risen from nothing to something has one thing in common: they didn't quit. They faced moments where everything seemed against them. They experienced setbacks that would make most people give up. They had nights filled with doubt, days filled with frustration, seasons filled with pressure. But they kept going. Because quitting ends the story, but persistence creates the victory. When you quit, the story stops right there. It freezes at the moment of fatigue, doubt, or fear. You never get to turn the page. You never get to see what might have happened if you pushed one more day, one more step, one more round. So many people quit right before their breakthrough, and they never even know how close they were. They walk away because the process is uncomfortable, not realizing that the pain they felt was the exact sign that transformation was happening. Persistence is not glamorous. It's not bright or shiny. It's the quiet, gritty, uncelebrated commitment to keep showing up even when no one is watching, even when you're exhausted, even when progress feels invisible. Persistence is the moment you wipe your tears, take a deep breath, and say, not today, not this time, not me. It's the refusal to accept defeat as the final chapter. Quitting doesn't just end the story, it ends the possibility. It shuts down the future. It kills the dream. But persistence does the opposite. Persistence opens the door to everything you're capable of. Persistence is what turns effort into excellence, wounds into wisdom, pressure into power. Every time you persist, you strengthen the muscle of resilience. And the stronger that muscle becomes, the more unstoppable you grow. Imagine your life as a book. Right now, you may be in the hardest chapter, the conflict, the setback, the struggle. But that is not the end of your story. Every powerful story has a moment where the hero thinks they can't go on. But what makes them a hero is that they continue anyway. If they stopped there, there would be no triumph, no comeback, no redemption. The story would be unfinished, empty, incomplete. The same is true for your life. You don't know how strong you are until persistence becomes your only option. You don't discover your greatness when things are easy. You discover it when you push through situations that your old self would have run from. Persistence is the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become. It's the test you must pass to claim the life you dream of living. And the truth is, this success is rarely about talent. It's rarely about luck. It's almost always about perseverance. The people who win aren't the ones who feel confident every day. They're the ones who have mastered the art of not giving up. They've learned to keep going through boredom, through fear, through exhaustion, through uncertainty. They've trained themselves to stay committed long after the excitement fades. Your victory is already written in the pages ahead, but you'll never read it if you put the book down now. Persistence guarantees that you stay in the game long enough to win. It ensures that you don't miss the moment where everything changes. Victory isn't a sudden miracle. It's built through thousands of small choices to keep moving forward, to keep believing, to keep fighting. So when you feel like quitting, remind yourself, this is just a chapter, not the end. Your story is far from over. The pain you feel today is shaping the strength you'll celebrate tomorrow. And the victory waiting for you is worth every ounce of persistence you can give. Keep turning the page. Keep moving forward. Keep writing the ending you deserve. Because persistence doesn't just change the story. It creates the victory that makes your story unforgettable. There is a moment in every journey where the pain feels unbearable. A moment where your mind screams, stop. This is too much. Turn back. And that moment, that exact point where everything hurts, where everything feels heavy, where everything inside you wants to quit, is usually the moment right before your breakthrough. The tragedy is that most people never realize how close they were. They stop one step too soon. They walk away 1 inch before the finish line. They quit when the discomfort peaks, not knowing that this is the final test before everything shifts. Pain shows up when you're stretching beyond who you've been. It's the friction of transformation. It's the pressure required to turn potential into power. The problem is not the pain itself. The problem is how we interpret it. Most people see pain as a sign that they're failing. But the truth is, pain is the signal that you're in the transition zone between old identity and new identity. It's the gateway. It's the border between where you are and where you're meant to be. When a rocket is breaking through the atmosphere, the most pressure is right before it breaks free. When a seed breaks through the soil, the hardest push is right before the sunlight touches it. When a butterfly emerges from the cocoon, the most intense struggle happens right before its wings unfold. Nature shows us over and over again that breakthrough comes after the moment of greatest resistance. You are no different. Your life follows the same law. The pain you feel is not random. It's not pointless. It's a contraction before expansion. It's a test of your capacity. It's a refinement of your strength. And just like a storm that roars its loudest before it clears, your pain intensifies right before your breakthrough arrives. Most people misinterpret this. They think, if it hurts this much, I must be doing something wrong. But the truth is, if it hurts this much, you're probably doing something right. You're closer than you think. Breakthrough is not a moment of magic. It's a moment of endurance. It's the moment you refuse to give up when 99% of people would. It's the moment you decide that the dream means more than the discomfort. It's the moment where you lean into the pain instead of running from it. Because you understand that pain is not punishment, it's preparation. It's sharpening you, strengthening you, waking you up to the power you didn't know you had. Most people don't realize that the moment they want to quit the most is the moment that matters most. That is the moment where character is built. That is the moment where identity evolves. That is the moment where life is testing you, asking, how badly do you want this? How committed are you? Will you choose comfort or transformation? And your answer determines everything. If you stop when it hurts, you stay the same. If you push through when it hurts, you rise into someone new. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of your willingness to keep going. It's not miles away. It's not months away. It's often one step, a single step beyond the point where most people turn back. And that step is the step that changes everything. Imagine looking back one day and realizing that the moment you almost quit was the moment you were closest to winning. Imagine realizing that the pain that made you doubt yourself was actually the final stretch before the reward. Imagine knowing that your resilience, not your comfort, is what unlocked your destiny. You may be tired, you may be doubting, but you're closer than you think. Don't stop. Don't slow down. Don't turn back. Push for one more minute, one more step, one more try, because your breakthrough, the one that changes your life, your mindset, your confidence, your future, is usually waiting just beyond the pain you're feeling right now. Keep going. You're right there.